So we gonna 2025, all about growth. It's our year of growth. And the three: reflect, release, and grow. Because a big part of growing is we gotta have some good ground to grow in. Very similar to gardening. You know, you don't have to have a green thumb, but we all know the concept of sowing and good soil, planting the seed, watering it. God gonna give the sunshine, and it gets some good roots, and it grows. And sometimes you gotta wait a season before you can reap the harvest and start plucking the fruits off of the tree or the plant. And a big part of that is patience, love, and letting God work. But if you put your seeds into bad soil, then it doesn't matter how much love you give, no matter how much patience, no matter the best seeds that you get, it's not going to reap the harvest that you want. And the same goes with if you don't actually plant in the right season, it probably won't reap the harvest that you're looking for. There are certain crops that do better in the spring when you plant in the spring. There's some crops that do better in the summer. If I'm not mistaken, like collard greens are better when you plant them in the spring. Strawberries better in the summertime. And you even have fall roots of root vegetables and stuff. And I think some gardeners even say that after a winter's frost, turnip greens are sweeter, and beets are sweeter, and carrots are sweeter. So there's a time and a place for everything, as they say. You just got to know what season you're in. And if you plant in collard greens, but you're looking at somebody who plants strawberries in the summer, they're going to need more water. If you try to do the same thing as somebody who got strawberries, you're going to overwater your collard greens, you know, and they ain't going to reap the harvest that you're looking for. So a big part of the reflection, let's reflect on what's the intention that we actually want to go forward in any of the areas of our life that we're going for. You know, what is that call that God done put on our hearts? How are we aligning to that? Are we really letting go of some of those things that have been hindering us in the past so that we can actually let our steps be ordered by the Lord? Because, you know, we are human, you know, at the same time, we got a calling that we're supposed to be doing. Are we doing it? Or are we letting fear and doubt coming away? I do want to share a scripture, John 10:10. Not John. If somebody got it, you can read it. Whoever would like to. Let the church say yeah. Sorry, this is stuff that I normally do when I'm on mute.
Yes, John. John 1 and 10:10.
Chapter 10, verse 10.
John. What you say, John? What? Maybe
John,
Natalie got it.
10.
Oh, John 1, verse 10.
No, chapter 10, verse 10.
I got it.
What is John 1:10? Because you keep saying it.
I got
First
it in
John,
the New
I was talking about
International
First John.
Version.
All right, let's hear it.
The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the fullest.
All right. Now the old folks in the King James say he comes to have
Abundantly.
and have like and more abundantly. So abundance and fulfillment, right? Now a big part of that is that first part. The thief come to steal, kill, and destroy. And I'm gonna tell y'all today that's some distractions. The distractions is what's killing and stealing our time and destroying the things that we would like to do. All of the stuff that we have those plans to do, the stuff that our soul is called to do, we got to get in alignment. And a big part of that is knowing who the thief is. If you don't know who the thief is, you don't know how to protect from the thief. For example, you got cyber thieves. You got actual thieves that come and snatch purses. You know, you got thieves that call you up and scam you. If you don't know who the thief is, you don't know how to protect from the thief. Now, yes, God will put a hedge of protection around us. And he also wants us to have wisdom. 2025, introspection, wisdom, and growth, which means you got to be ready. You got to be ready. The same like when the spam calls, you have to know what the thief look and sound like. So if you get a text message from something that looks like your bank, but you like, my bank don't text me from this type of number, that's the discernment. But if you don't know, you don't know. And that's not to say that, things happen and people are rushing and things, but that fear come. The thief come to steal, kill, and destroy. And so it's going to use fear tactics to force you to do something that in your intuition, your discernment is like, but I don't know about this. And that's when we set them boundaries. So this leads me to my first question tonight. And the first question I have is reflecting back on a recent lesson that you've learned over this past year and just over your life in general. What advice would you give us, the group, from that lesson that you learned? And so if you feel so free to share what the lesson is and what your takeaways are, that would help us in that type of situation. Whoever wants to go.
Can you please repeat the question?
So reflecting back on this past year or your life in general, what's a lesson that you've learned that you would like to share with us and give us advice in that area? All right, Miss Natalie, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, I would like to say that love covers a multitude of sins. And once we begin this healing process, forgiving not just ourselves, but the people that in our past, and that way we can move forward in love. When we make this kind of sacrifice to heal ourselves and our families, God pours into us because we are breaking those generational curses, things that other people weren't able to do. Even though those trials are there, we got to keep our eyes on the prize. That's how we've gotten through those tough battles. Because I'm going to tell you, God took me through a whirlwind, and I appreciate y'all being here with me. I know I don't get to be here like I used to, but know you're always in my prayers. And y'all hang in there. Thank y'all for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing, Natalie, and that was beautiful, and you look beautiful. Thank you for coming here with us tonight, too. Thank all y'all. I want to say, man's would be, I said it, I was thinking it in my head real good, and then Natalie, man's would be, silence has helped me so much. Learning how, knowing that, figuring out that I'm the transmuter. This is what we've been talking about today. So this is my lesson I learned today that's going to forever. This is like the main thing that I thought that I needed for this year. God ain't done yet. Feeling like when I give off something, nobody can give me anything unless I'm open to it. So right now, being silent has helped me so far right now along in my journey in the past couple days, You don't always have to say something even though you can say something. It's okay. Girl, I just started talking about that transmuter and that energy, and you came right in. Hey, G. And it just feels, it's like right now you got to learn how to be quiet so that you can see God work, even if it take a couple days, even if it take a week or two, just learning how it's not no fight, it's not no battle, once we really learn how to. This is what I learned in this 1 year. Like, I'm learning how to live without people I never thought that I could live without, because I'm learning how to be quiet. Thank you for letting me share.
Welcome in, Nova. Welcome in. The question of the tonight, I'm their beautiful host tonight. We got all of our sisters in here today on this awesome Friday and talking about growth. 2025 was a year of growth. And so we're doing some introspection, some wisdom, and growing. And so the question, oh, look at that. So the question is reflecting on this past year in your life, what's a lesson that you've learned? And with that lesson that you've learned, what advice would you share with the group about it? And so we're taking turns, and whoever wants to volunteer. We've heard from Miss Natalie, and her key takeaway was forgiveness, and how forgiveness is the advice she wants to share with us. Everlasting, you came in that one where she was saying about transforming and transmuting, the lesson that she learned. And I believe you were in the live today about that. And so if anyone wants to go next, I think Miss Tonka Toy is on her way on there. And so come on in.
Yes. Everybody that knows me know, even when I didn't realize myself, that I had this infatuation with being in control. So I learned I ain't got control over shit. So stop trying. Let God do the God. You can't manipulate the universe. Stop wasting your energy. Free yourself up for other things. Put all your worries and concerns in God's hand. Let Him handle that. Then focus on loving yourself just a tad bit more. It gets greater later. It really does. I made some decisions earlier in the year for my 2025, and I'm at peace with them. However God plays them out, I'm at peace with them. So know your worth. Take your hand off shit. Thank y'all for letting me share.
And thank you for sharing. That is beautiful. Take your hand off of it. We don't need to always be in control. We want to be in control. We can hit them a remote control. Select something.
Indian givers gonna give God something, go back and snatch. Want a headache.
Oh, thank you so much. Anybody else would like to go reflecting on the year or in your past lessons learned that you would love to share and give some advice to the group? Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. I did like a lot of worrying last couple of years, and this year God came through at the end of the year, and a lot of my physical pain was from just worrying, so all that did was no good for me. So just trust in God, and he'll answer your prayers and all that eventually. It's on God's time. It's not, it might not happen on the time you want it, but it will happen.
Well, for me, I'm piggybacking off of a little bit of everybody. Is I learned how to trust, forgive, transform, and I also learned how to never let God go, because we forget that He's always there, but we let our faith fail us sometimes, and we forget that He's there. We never stop. He never stopped holding our hand, even we think that we stopped holding His hand. But He's always there. That our Father's always there, and how much He loves us. That's it, and that's all.
Oh, we love that. Thank you for sharing. And then for me, reflecting back on this past year and in my life in general, I would say one of the lessons that I've learned that I've definitely had this year is to do it scared. It doesn't do myself or my gifts any justice if I'm hoarding it, if I'm hoarding the gifts. And it's okay. The time of alignment is now, you know, and that it's okay to be scared, but you don't let that take you over. You know what I'm saying? God didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of love and joy and peace and of a sound mind. And sticking with that, you know, we can do all things for Christ who strengthens us, even if we got a little fear up in there, but you don't let it stay. Faith, what is it? False evidence appearing real. Appearing real. It ain't even real. We live in the real world reality. And that's the advice I would share with you all. Thank y'all for it, also allowing me to host tonight as well. And that little kitty is just so cute.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
It's a mirage.
Literally. And sometimes even just being here in this physical reality, you know, there's a whole bunch of other dimensions to this whole thing. You know, there's the big part of we are a spirit, we're a soul having a human experience. And so a big part of that is what was our soul's purpose of coming in this time right now in this particular space and time for us. You know, there's a big part of tapping in, and you have to be able to calm this physical mind so that you can actually tap into your soul's purpose. And a big part of that's, again, an alignment. Even if you think about the chakras, you know, sometimes we got our head, we got our heart, you know, our gut intuition, you know, and our sacral chakras, you know, when all of that is in alignment, we can do so many awesome things. And not only that, but when you look up to God, you know, you got the source empowering all through. And the same, and I'm going to piggyback my own self with Kaisha and the transformers and whatnot. Anytime you go outside and look at the power lines, all of that's in line, and it has to be in a particular way so that it doesn't mess up other infrastructures. Anytime you're driving on the road or walking down the street, look at the power lines. You know, the power coming on, you flip the switch. It's not just, you know, yes, it's a miracle in itself. You know what I'm saying? But there's some structure to it. There's a strategy that went behind it. Anytime you're driving along the highway, you'll see those big old columns, you know, with the boxes and all of those power lines. All of that's in alignment. Even when they start to cross over the street, not all of the lines are crossing like this and like this above you. You know, there's a strategy to it. And so you got to get in alignment, the same like with the power lines, so that it gets to you. And a big part of that is getting in line with the source. You know what I'm saying? And as we're reflecting right now and we're releasing, we got to release some things. Release those limiting beliefs, release those things, the story that someone else has put on you, releasing the old version of you that's not going to be viable in this new chapter that you're walking into, in this new reality that you're going into. The same like with computer software or your phone has to have an update. It's one of the most annoying things you'll see unless you got it on automatic. And a lot of us don't have it on automatic updates, because we definitely don't have ourselves on automatic updates. We have to sit down, recharge a little bit to let the download come. You know, the same with your phone. You'll keep putting later for the update. And sometimes when you get an update, it's a big update that takes time. It takes all night, takes all the power and the energy out. And then sometimes it messes up your phone because you're like, I didn't want these new features. Who asked for this new feature? I didn't ask for my photos to look like this. Who wanted this anyways? And then after you've had it for a little bit, a week or so, you're like, oh my gosh, how did I ever live without this? And sometimes that's what happens spiritually too. You know, sometimes you're not ready for the change that's about to happen, but there's the change that's about to happen. We're outgrowing the old versions, and it's time for us to make room and space for the new version. And so, new question. What limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge? Even if you're not ready to change them, which ones are you ready to challenge? And if there's some that you've already challenged, which ones have you changed? And if it's something that you've changed and alchemized into something else, we want to know, because maybe there's a part of that story that could help another one of the sisters here. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's not a thing that you're ready to challenge or that you've changed, what's something that you're thinking about that, hey, you know what, maybe if I go ahead and let that go, I can have space for the new download. So whoever would like to go, please feel free.
I want to go, but I can answer the question, but I want the question again so I can write it down for later. But my consistency. So I started by, I've been telling you guys that that's been an issue for me from one reason or another. Not making excuses, but I started by writing down my why. Why is this important to you? Why are you doing this? And if ever a time that your why ain't strong enough to make you do that thing that you said you was gonna do, then that's not really your why. That's how you weed that out. So it's hard, but it's fair. It was an ugly truth, but the truth gonna hurt sometimes. But that's what happens when you do the work. Then I had to sit with myself and make a list of why do I want to do this? Why am I doing that? Why? And my why is big. My why is big for me. So I think, my consistency, it goes across the board with the Bible plans, the staying in the word, the meditating, the praying, just carving out that time for God. But consistency goes across the board because you need to be consistent in every aspect of your life. And for me, right now, I've been through so much, some of it voluntary, some of it involuntary, but my health is big for me. And I want to be around a long time for my grandbabies and for myself, because truth be told, I've been alive for 53 years, but I just learned how to live. So ask yourself why. And if you have a day where you say, I don't feel like going to the gym today, you need to look back at that why you've been going to the gym. And if that don't make you get up and go, then you need to reevaluate and write down another reason why. That's important to you. Stand in your faith, move forward. God will light your path. Thank y'all for letting me share.
Ooh, thank you for sharing. I know you had said you wanted to hear the question back, the simple version of the question, because y'all know I keep adding more stuff to the question ain't that simple. By the time it get around to me to start asking y'all questions, you have like 4-5 questions wrapped up into one. So let me simplify the question. What limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release? So that's the simple that's the actual question as I wrote it.
So here I go. I'm ready.
All right. Okay.
So as you were speaking, it just was coming, and I just want to thank God, give him all the glory for this, what I'm finna say. When you was talking about, how you got to upgrade your phone, you update your phone, this is what I got for me, myself. You can't have an updated software with an outdated hardware. You know what I'm saying? So it'll slow down the operation. It slows down the work. So to me, I have to, my software constantly updates every day. So I have to get out of that old hardware. The hardware is of me not physically doing, you know what I'm saying? Physically doing it with my mental, not just that I see the vision, but that I create the vision constantly every day, whether it be writing, reading, speaking, talking. You have to keep your hardware updated, because your software constantly updates. So why I was saying that, it sounds so good when even when I'm saying to y'all, update your software, or updated software on outdated hardware slows down the operation. So what God has trying to use you for, he has to use you in all areas. Yeah, like you said, automatic. You should be on automatic. You should be on automatic update, because you don't know when God gonna do a new thing. So you should always be prepared. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't always hit the later button, just like you said, because when you hit the later button, now you updated to 4 new updates, but you still got that same phone. You still got that same laptop. You still got that. So it ain't gonna run up. It ain't gonna run to park. You're gonna be missing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like them emojis, you ain't gonna be able to get on that old phone like you could get on that new phone, you know? So for me, my limiting beliefs in that part, like I have to break myself out of feeling like what I'm doing, like my hardware outdated. I got to stay focused. The more that I know, the more that I grow. So the more that I should move and do, you know what I'm saying? But not like feeling like do, but I mean like read, write, those things that keeps me happy. You got to stay you got to keep your hardware right. So your hardware is your mind. Your mind got to stay real good. You know, so I tell you, just keep focusing on your mind and keep positive and don't diminish yourself in the midst of your updates. I love y'all. Thank you for letting me share.
Oh my God, that's a T-shirt. You need to send that to Iris. That need to go on a T-shirt. Because, honey, you about to fry the motherboard. And while y'all on that real quick, all you iPhone users that upgraded that 18 point whatever, your phone calls can be recorded now. It's on the screen. So watch your conversation with who you're talking to. Because if you're talking too fast and too much, you will not hear the thing tell you that this call is being recorded. So that's the feature. It's going to pop up on the left top of your screen if you got an iPhone. That is the current news for today. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm going to repeat the question one more time. I'm absolutely loving this because just from the two alone, I'll after we finish the question, I'll bring it roundabout. But what limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release?
G got a hand up.
I just want to say I watched a video. It was on TikTok, and it was like this. She was like a millionaire, and she was only 26, and she does like. She said, like one of the ways to become wealthy is it's not all financial, right? And she said mindset. So you update your software, but she also said like constantly reinventing yourself. So the hardware part. And she's like, she went through a really hard time. She lost all her money at one point, and then she was able to turn it around quickly because she was able to reinvent herself, and then she's able to be successful because she's constantly reinventing herself. So just what Kai said, but it was just like in a different way, and that's what made me sound or made me think of that, and that's the challenge I have for myself this year or this coming year is to reinvent myself again. Because I had a baby, so I've put my life on hold for the last 2 years. So I'm ready for, she's getting more independent and stuff. So, I'm ready to focus on me a little bit more, and then as she gains more independence, to focus on myself.
Ooh, yes. I will just interject real quick. You didn't put yourself on hold. You've just involved into motherhood. And so we're ever changing, and that's part of it. So you have some part of that evolving already in there. And it's just of integrating who you are as an individual and not just a mother and putting that all together, just tossing that out there. But I thank you so much. It's just so beautiful. I will repeat the question again, and whoever would like to go, definitely. What limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release?
And before y'all answer that, let me say this. I love y'all. Give me a second. G. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Alicia. I love you. Thank you for even doing this live. Thank you for even agreeing to hosting this. Because G, that's what I just said. You always say, you always say any weapon, one man. You know what I'm saying? That's one man. Alicia said that, like, you looked at it like I had to stop and be a mother. But now this is evolving. This is like part of your growth. This is that part. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I said, like, don't diminish yourself in the midst of updating. You know what I'm saying? Don't take a look and be like, oh, I should have did this. No, you doing exactly what you need to do. You are exactly where you need to be. You look exactly how you need to look. You walk exactly how you need to walk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like elevating. I love y'all. Thank you for letting me share.
There you go. I was about to say, don't be shy. It's your turn. Go ahead, love.
Well, the part that I'm challenging myself is to be a better me, a better version of myself than I was yesterday and today. Just getting better. And the parts I'm ready to release is the doubt, my fears, the worry, the hurt. I'm ready to let all the negativity go and being a better version of myself and adapting to whatever it is that comes my way. And that is it, and that is all.
Welcome, I'm Ronnie the Messenger. Thank you. It's the bedtime. Tonight, I'm your host of GTTW tonight.
Greetings. How are you, lovely ladies? Sorry I'm late.
You right on time.
I didn't know it was even this late. I've been washing clothes all day, so apologies, but it's great to be here and see all you guys.
Hey, we're so glad you're here and you right on time. You're never late. Tonight we're talking about growth. We're going into a year of growth for 2025. And so the three main takeaways that I'm expounding on and that we're expounding on is reflection, release, and growth. And a big part of that is doing some introspection, tapping into our wisdom for the growth that we know that is inevitable. And the current question that we are on, and we have a previous one too, but the current question we're on is, what limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release? But before the Miss Natalie or myself goes on that question, I will give you our previous question, which was reflecting on a recent lesson learned either this year or over your life. What advice would you give the group from what you learned? Miss Armani, the messenger.
Okay, can you repeat it one more time? You said what have I learned either the year before or this year?
Just reflecting on a lesson learned. What advice would you like to give the group regarding what you've learned?
That's a good question.
And if you want to ponder on that one, if Miss Natalie is ready for the current question, it's up to you. Let me know.
Okay, so the current question is, I will ponder on it so I can make sure I give a good answer. But you're saying, what have I learned either the past year or the current year that I would like to share with the group, right?
Or just in your life in general.
In my life.
Yeah, a life lesson that you want to share with us as advice to all of us.
Okay. Well, the lesson that I believe that I've learned this year and some of last year is that I need to stop sleeping on myself and stop, doubting myself. Basically, like, what I have something to share. I don't look at myself as other people view me. So I think that we need to start giving ourselves more grace. Give yourself more grace, and embrace the little wins and the big wins. Everything has this divine purpose. And even though we don't always That goes back to what Kai was. He tells us he will reveal the what, but the why is always secret. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the what I be revealed to, but the why is always secret. So just know that, you know what I'm saying? Just hold on to that. He will give us little inclinations, but the whole just we ain't supposed to know everything, you know what I'm saying? So just give yourself grace and just know that everything, everything has its divine purpose, and he will give us little clues or hints, you know what I'm saying? But the why is always secret. So we should stop asking why and just, roll with it. That's the best I can give on that one. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for letting me.
Ooh, thank you for sharing. Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I love that. Because that worked with what part of mine was too, that overcoming that fear and that self-doubt. So yeah, I do appreciate you for sharing that lesson. And then on our current question is what limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release? Miss Natalie, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. The challenge is that I'm giving myself is that I am enough. I have enough. And to remain in gratitude at all times, no matter what comes my way. I must be in gratitude because I know in gratitude there's peace. So if I remain thankful for the things that I have, I can be more grateful for the things that are to come. And as far as changing, I have changed this. I've changed the fact that you're not gonna throw shade at me, and I'll throw it right back at you, because you're gonna get that energy right back. And I really don't care about no titles or nothing like that, because I have a title myself, and I don't throw it out there, but I have one. And just because you don't think I have one, I have spiritual. Don't make me shout up in here, y'all. I got that spiritual rank, and don't play with me, baby. Just because God gave me this little avatar that look like this that you hating on, do you know what I have gone through because of this right here? And my throat chakra is open, and God's refining it, because I don't want to say get the fuck out my face no more, but I absolutely, that's one of my favorite terms. And so I'm praying that God puts a hedge over my mouth, because I know I don't always hold it right. And the last thing I'm releasing is the need that anybody likes me. I like myself. I love myself. I am abundant. I am perfect. I'm magical. I bring the magic in the room. But if y'all don't want no magic, I have no problem with not giving y'all none. And thank y'all for sharing and letting me share. Okay.
Oh yes, we hold the space for all of that. I'm feeling it all. Thank y'all so much. Look, and then Miss Harmony the messenger, we back to you on this one. I'll go ahead and reread the question. What limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release?
Limiting belief I am ready to change. Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
In any
Can you say it one more time? I'm sorry.
What limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release?
I think the limiting belief that I believe about myself is that the limiting belief that I want to change about myself. I guess that the fact that that I don't have nothing to offer, that that my is not what it is, and the limiting belief. Let me see that, brother. The limiting belief that I want to change about myself, and I'm ready to change about myself. I want to say something about the fact that again, I just have to keep going back to the doubt. the doubt and the consistency. So I'm stopping myself. I'm my own worst critic. So I think that I don't what I just said about the earlier answer, that giving myself grace. So I'm too hard on myself and I'm like my own worst critic, and I need to stop doing that, because I do have something to offer. I do have, several gifts, and even if it doesn't pop off right away or nothing takes off right away, that doesn't mean that I still don't have something to contribute. So I think that I need to start maybe taking to my own horn and looking at, the accomplishments and the things that I have done this year, last year, moving forward, the giant steps that I've taken, moving from California to here. Yes, knowing that I'm enough. So I think that's the limiting belief that I don't believe that I'm enough in my own self. So maybe that's what I need to work on. Thank you for that, Tonka. So yeah, I think I was sounding like I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to give y'all the best answer. So thank you for letting me share. All right.
Thank you for sharing, and know that there are no right or wrong or less good, or you know what I'm saying, answers, because you can't get it right because you can't get it wrong. And that's something Kai has taught me. You can't get it right because you can't get it wrong. And your best answer is your answer that you just said. The answer that you give is the best answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pose the question to myself. What limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release? And I feel like Kyle, she's like, even though I put these questions out there, I didn't pre-answer them. and so I have to think about it too. I just get the advantage of going last. But for me, and it kind of touch on what you and Miss Natalie was saying is, one of the big limiting beliefs that I have is that it got to be a certain way. Like it has to be polished. It has to be like this, and I have to do it a certain way. And even Tonka had touched on it about the controlling part. And so one of my limiting beliefs is very much in line. At the bottom part of it is it's not enough. What I'm doing, is not enough. How I'm showing up, it's not enough. And that's something I'm challenging, because it is enough. And I can't compare my day one to somebody's day 2000. I can't compare myself to anybody else but me. And even comparing myself to an older version of me is still not comparable. It's still not comparing, apples to apples and whatnot. And it doesn't do me any justice or any benefit unless I'm using it to improve on something that I've done before, or to see the lessons in what I would have considered to be a loss or somewhat of a failure. And that's a limiting belief that not only am I challenging, but I'm actively working to change and alchemize into, a lesson versus a failure, or a limiting belief, and using it as that catalyst to help me say, it used to be a limiting belief, but it's something that I'm challenging, I'm changing, I'm working on right now. And it's going to be that thing that's going to help me move to the next level. It's going to be that thing that helped me move to that next chapter and walking into growing and evolving. And so that one's definitely mine. And I thank y'all for all sharing and allowing me to share, and also allowing me to host. And so as we're moving into what I would call my next little section, because we started with reflection, and then we moved into releasing. And so that we're leaving the releasing part so that we can get into the growth. And a big part of what I've been called to share with you today is taking those three things into consideration as we're making our plans, as we're getting in alignment, as we are doing our meditation, and we have the plans and the goals and whatnot. And it's time to put action and strategy behind it. And a big key gem to that is reflecting, releasing, so that we can make room for growth. It's the same like when we go grocery shopping. We could easily just go to the store and let's pick up a couple of things, and we can get home. And sometimes putting away the stuff, we realize, oh my gosh, I already got 5 of these. Why did I buy more of this? But if we take some time to reflect, look in the pantry, see what ingredients we already have, look in the refrigerator, see what stuff we are not eating. You know, there's been times where I wanted grapes when I was at the grocery store, but then I look in the fridge and I got moldy grapes sitting in the fridge because I only wanted them that one day. I didn't want them for the whole week. And so me buying more grapes don't make sense for my pockets or for me because it's not something that I actually am eating at that point. And reflecting on that and taking a category and actually saying, okay, this actually isn't in line. I keep doing this, but it's not lining up with what God wants me to do or the calling on my soul or my purpose right now. It's not lining up with the desires of my heart, because he will give you the desires of your heart. He will order your steps as well. You got to get in alignment with that. You know what I'm saying? And a big part of that is reflecting what's not working. We can continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, but it's not going to produce something different. We got to do something different, become that different to get some different. You know, sometimes it takes a little trial and error. Sometimes it takes trying. And when we say, we really don't say trying. So I'm going to give y'all a new word. Instead of saying try, we're making attempts. We're making an attempt. You know, sometimes it's that first attempt at something. It's not going to always go the way that you plan. Even starting out walking, those first steps are attempts at walking. You can't just give up and say, well, I didn't walk, I just won't do it anymore. No, you keep trying. You're going to fall down, and that's okay. You're going to learn that, oh, maybe if I brace myself a little bit here, it'll work. And so back to the grocery store thing. Sometimes we want to make a big meal, so you make a little list and then you go. And some other tips is you don't go to the grocery store hungry, because then you picking all kinds of other stuff. So sometimes we got to fill ourselves up before we even leave the house, you know, going toward things, because if not, we're going to just take anything. We just gonna get anything. When you start getting hungry, even if you on a particular diet, like Tonka Tori was saying, you know, eating right and things like that. If you're hungry, you're hungry. Unless you've made some preparations for yourself to stick to the plan and stay in alignment with whatever that goal is. You're gonna stop at a fast food. You're gonna eat, you know, if you're at the grocery store and they got samples, you don't even like whatever it is, but it's there, and maybe it'll just give you a little satisfaction till you get home. But that's not what you needed. That's not what you wanted, and it's not going to fill you up. And that's part of the growth we going into. We using strategies. We are planning for the success that we already know and we see. We are getting in alignment. We are making our own list, and we checking it twice, because God already know our desires of our heart. One of the scriptures that we had earlier is John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief come to steal, kill, and destroy. But God came so that we can have life and live it more abundantly. And I believe the other version was fulfilling, I believe. Tonka Toy had read it for us. And a big part of living abundantly is that getting in alignment. You know, we're moving on to the segment of the growth. And what type of growth? They don't have to be this big growth. Oh, you know, I gotta do all of these things right now to prepare for my biggest year ever. Every year is gonna be the biggest year. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to be this super outrageous, outlandish thing. It's just growth at progress is progress, no matter how small, is what I'm getting at, right? And sometimes the tree takes years before the fruit can even get picked. But then you have a tomato plant that you can have the tomatoes at the end of the season. So some of our goals and our dreams and the things that God has laid on our heart is a tree, a apple tree, a orchard type of orange tree. It takes some years to get an orange tree to a place where you're going to get a harvest of an actual orange. But a tomato goal, you're going to have that by the end of the season, in a couple of weeks, from seed, germination, all the way to a full, I can eat this tomato. And we got to understand that a lot of the stuff that God has probably put in our spirit to grow are apple trees that take some years, 10, 15, even 20 years. Orange trees that have to mature to get to that, has to go through some seasons, you know, got to go through multiple seasons before we can even just pluck those fruits. But we also need some planning and some activation and some action. And sometimes it takes the little bitty steps. So I leave
I
that.
love that. I just have to say thank you for those analogies, because I'm right here with you. You're
Ah,
you own it tonight, girl. That was great.
thank you. Look, I'm getting in alignment too. So like Kai said with the downloads, a lot of the stuff, I wouldn't even say a lot, all of the things that I'm sharing with y'all tonight literally are part of our journey. And not just, to tell you, like, it's part of the stuff that I've been going through as well. And God has put that on my soul. And not just for me, like I had said earlier, I've been hoarding some stuff and it's for me to share. And so I don't think it's no coincidence that God laid it on Kai's heart to say, you know what, Alicia, you hosting, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I don't know what you got planned. I said, oh, I already know what God want me to say, because you've been telling me this all week. And so I just thank y'all for giving me the space and saving space for me to be able to practice my gifts and whatnot. I love y'all. That leads me into this next question is what does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress? Y'all know I just can't do no simple stuff. I just can't. I try my best to, because all of my questions are paragraphs long, and I do apologize for that, but I'm being unapologetically me. So I'm gonna repeat the question as many times as I need to. I love y'all so much. So it's again, what does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress? And before I open the floor, I also want to let you know that a big part of what does growth look like to you, you need to be able to see what that progress is going to be, but not just see it and know it. You also have to make space to celebrate your wins. I can't remember who had said it tonight, but a win is a win. Oh, it was Miss Natalie. You got to celebrate those wins. You have to celebrate, no matter how small you may think that your growth is. You celebrate that. It is time for us to throw parties. You know how when we were kids or whatnot, we throw pity parties. But what about growth parties? What about parties for us moving forward and doing some big things, some little things, some medium things? It's time for us to really celebrate. I know, just for me personally, when I was younger, I would, get an A or be really excited about something that I did. And I was told, quit bragging. You bragging too much. Oh, you think you all that. And so I've diminished and dimmed my light so much that I don't brag. I don't even celebrate the wins because I think it's bragging, but it's not bragging. You got to celebrate yourself. And no matter what, you know what I'm saying? It's not bragging. It's not being braggadocious. It's acknowledging. You're acknowledging your success and the wins. It's not just having the gratitude, but it's saving the space to say, look what God did. God did, So back to the question. What does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress?
Also,
All
for
right.
me,
Oh, Miss Iris, come on in. Hey.
hi, beautiful.
Hey, Takatoy is answering the current question on the floor is, what does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress? Go ahead, superstar.
Well, first, let me run that thing back for just a little bit. I had did this and told y'all to hold on because I had to run and get my mic just so I could drop it for Miss Natalie. But you came behind her, honey. That's a double mic drop because y'all was preaching to the choir. I felt all of that. It was beautiful. But growth for me looks like this. I took my hands off of stuff. And I sat with God. I've been sitting with God a lot lately. So I heard what I heard, and that's why airplane mode is my favorite mode on my phone. No distraction. But I was not loving myself right. I would do anything for anybody else. And Leon used to fuss at me all the time. So why are you talking yourself out of doing something for you? You'll give somebody a shirt off your back. But when it comes time for you to do something for you, you talk yourself out of it. I wish you would stop doing that. Well, I wish, Granny, because I'm a shopping fool. If I see it, my spirit say, I want it, I get it. I don't care what it costs because it's time for me to stop denying myself. And God gave me a word today. The word was free yourself Friday. Because if you stop trying to control stuff and let God do the God, then you could focus on that working on yourself with God's guidance. And if I'm supposed to love my neighbor like he loves me in the church, then I need to love myself like he loves me in the church. Because this vessel is on loan for now. So I need to take care of it so I can carry out the purpose that God gave me in this time and space. It's like tomorrow, take care of itself. The next time and space, the next human experience, if I get that, I might come back as an animal. Who knows? But whatever experience is, it's going to have its own purpose. So I have to be healthy and I have to love myself enough and believe in myself enough to be courageous enough to stand upright and move when God say move. Thank y'all for letting me share. I got chills. Jesus. I love y'all.
I love y'all so much. We're gonna take a moment and go back to one of our first questions for our sister Iris. So tonight we're talking about growth. 2025 is the year of growth. We're using some introspection, some wisdom, and we're growing. Growing no matter, where progress is progress, no matter how small. And for the first question that we had earlier today was reflecting on a past lesson learned. What advice would you give the group from what you've learned? So regardless if that's this year or in your past at all, what lesson that you've learned that you want to share with the group as advice?
Hey, my beautiful sisters. I apologize for my tardiness. I've been ripping and running. And I was watching you take over. However,
you right on time, by the way.
I would say to all of you ladies, don't be so quick to doubt yourself. We have so much power that was given to us from conception that we don't even realize sometimes. And a lot of times other people can see the greatness in you more than you do. But I just want y'all to know that each and every one of you has greatness embedded in your spirit, in your mind, in your body, and in your heart. And from my own personal experience, and we is not gonna do no crying while we drive. From my own personal experience, what I've learned, the lesson I've learned in doubting myself is to stop. Because I'm starting to see myself clearer. I can see the greatness in everybody else, everybody around me, but I can't see. Sometimes I hadn't been able to see the greatness in myself. So I hope that answered the question.
That was amazing. Thank you, because that was alignment. That's the same thing that I said when I came in.
All right. Hey.
Yes, you answered that beautifully.
Iris, that was dope.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was super dope.
Look, I just want y'all you know what I'm saying? We all on one accord. we are learning and being able to overcome them hills and valleys to be able to come back and tell the story, and also let our fellow sister know that it's possible. And even though we all go through things, do know that we're not alone. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to interject that you're not alone. We may not go through the same exact struggles or have the same type of trials, but there is community. and our sisters are here, So on our current question, we're talking about growth. What does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress? Who would like to go next?
I would like to go. Okay, I'll go. What does growth look like to me? I had time to write down things. Okay, I love y'all so much. I love this to be over here, just like answer when I can. Confidence, kindness, and love. That's what growth looks like to me. To me, confidence, kindness, and love. Okay, and Jesus celebrated for 3 days when he found this sheep. And he celebrated 3 days, and it was a celebration. Came back, called everybody. So I feel like that's what we should do. Take 3 days and celebrate yourself. During the celebration, he was already planning. He was prepping and planning the next step for you. Even in the 3-day celebration, when he called everybody up and say, "Ooh, I found what I was looking for." So every day feel like you being found. That's where it said, like, every day you wake up, think of that as a day that you just been found. Now it's going to be a party for the next 3 days, but then you going to get a chance to go to sleep tomorrow and wake up, and then it's still a 3-day party. So celebrate every day as in life, like it's a 3-day party. You know what I'm saying? And the 3-day party never stops. Like the Lamb Chop song. This is a song that doesn't end. It goes on, my friend, and people started singing and not knowing what it was, but they continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't end every day. It gets greater and greater. So Iris was telling us all the time, we'd be like, Iris, like, it's getting gooder and gooder. And I heard clear stay the other day, now it's getting godder and godder. So what it's looking like for me is more to look now. My part is, my growth look like confidence, kindness, and love, because I'm looking now. I'm no longer seeing. We see things. We've been in the era of see for so long. So now it's time to really look and open your eyes up and be able to look at what God has done and look at these things, not just see these things for value of, like, just in your face. But I also wrote this, and I'm done. My growth requires me to be patient and comfortable with sitting at his feet daily. My growth requires for me to be patient and comfortable with sitting at his feet, comfortable with not answering the phone, comfortable with the phone is ringing, but I don't have to pick it up, comfortable with, I could do this, but no, I'm going to sit right here because I don't want to be a Martha. Martha, you have many things, because that's what's going on right now. It's like so many people so busy doing something else, and then everybody worried about Mary who's sitting at his feet. So you could either be Martha or you could be Mary. And I have to be comfortable in me being Mary, and other people want to be Martha, and they looking at me wondering why I get to sleep and celebrate for 3 days because they get to be on their Mary. You know what I'm saying? So that's what growth looked like to me, not worrying about Martha, worried about me being Mary. Thank you for letting me share.
Ooh, and thank you for sharing. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm happy to be here with y'all. But growth for me looks like letting go of convincing people that God has changed my life around. Because I don't have to tell them, I don't have to continue to do I have a mouth on me? I don't think it's going to go nowhere. God knew I had this mouth when he sent me on this mission. And so now I've released the need to say, Lord, I don't hold my mouth right most of the time. I got to give him the spiritual word. And he says, okay, give it to him. Now I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah, give it to him. So that's what I've stepped into that position where I don't mind telling you what God says. I don't kill the messenger. It might not come out right. And in one way I'm going to celebrate it this year is pouring more into myself financially, emotionally, physically, health wise. I'm pouring all these things into myself. And how I'm going to celebrate the new year, I booked me some tickets to a comedy show for me. Thank y'all for letting me share.
And thank you for sharing. Yes. Who wanna hold some space for yourself and go next? Because we holding space for you. I will repeat the question. What does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress?
Growth.
go. Oh,
Growth for me is letting go and letting God. Not hold on to people, places, and things that don't serve me, and don't go into rooms that I'm not supposed to be in. So how I celebrate me is to love me, cherish me, and to stay in that word. That's it, and that's all.
thank you for sharing. So, I guess I'll go next. I'm in the car. My mom's taking me back home, so pardon that you guys can't see me, but I'm sure you can hear me good. Okay, so growth for me is acceptance, radical acceptance. That's what the word from me and my growth is. Just accept accepting things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So, um, you know, just stepping out on faith, believing God more. Doing the best I can to get more word into me, staying on top of reading my word or the Bible app or whatever the case may be. Growth for me is like how Yvette said, letting go and letting God, stop trying to control things, people, and places, just, letting things flow. Thank you, I will. um, so yeah, growth for me is celebrating, the little wins that come. I definitely need to start, patting myself on the back more and encouraging myself more. But um, growth for me is adjusting to this new environment. Or this new snow, this winter, the weather is different, the whole environment is different. So um, I'm looking forward to what else is to come, as I continue in my new environment. So and just continue to pour into myself and pour into my endeavors. Just still keep it, even though I may not be consistent with it, I'm still, keeping up with it. So that's growth for me. Thank you for letting me share.
And I don't mean to micromanage you, but how are you gonna celebrate your progress? But I thank you for sharing.
My bad.
Hey, I
How
want
am I going to celebrate my progress? Well, I'm going to celebrate I just started doing a whole new vision board, and because I know we have the one that we did, and we got the mirror vision board, and we got the prayer board coming up, but I'm I'm making a whole new one off of Canva, so this one I can actually like put on my phone or something. So I'm celebrating myself because I am um just giving myself more grace, and realizing that I don't have to be I don't have to be like the Joneses. I don't have to put on to get ahead. I can just, embrace who I love, who me, and the steps that I'm taking, and thing like, for instance, I've been like on a hiatus with social media since Thanksgiving. I haven't really been posting, and I've been okay with that. I haven't allowed my thoughts to be like so pressured. Oh, I'm not posting, I'm not this, I'm not that. And I'm like, now it's just like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I don't have to be in the rat race of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying the solitude. I'm being able to think clearly. I can hear clearer. So just taking one day at a time, and you know, uh giving myself grace. That's how I'm celebrating. Just giving myself grace and room to be great. Thank you.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I am gonna thank you for reminding us. We do have next week the prayer board. And so we taking a lot of what we're working on and working through and sharing tonight as we get in preparation for that. And we lost some people, so I'll be very cognizant to make sure that I let them back in the room. But let's review the question. What does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress? And I believe Miss Nova, you are next.
Did you say me? I couldn't. Did you say me? Okay. My phone's on delay, so it's weird. Growth for me would be like lately, just like through with what I accomplish, and like week at week, and then pretty soon it's like a new season. So actually following through and meeting, how would I say? Well, like part of that, those goals are like making small repairs in my house, and like organize, I get it organized, I'll have more space to be creative, and that's how I want to celebrate, is either making for art or some kind of art, something that I really enjoy doing, because I'd have the space for it. So that's pretty much it. I think I answered those questions right.
Well, you can't get it right because you can't get it wrong. Just toss that back out there. And so your answer is the best answer right now. I want to pose the question to myself. What does growth look like for you, and how will you celebrate your progress? Growth has looked different to me in different seasons in my life. And I'm a big advocate for progress is progress, no matter how small. So even achieving little goals or different little things, being able to say, okay, I'm gonna reach out to my family a little bit more, even though they get on my nerves, even though they do the most for no reason type of ordeal. I'm not gonna allow myself to be the old version of me that they expect me to be. I'm gonna stay firm in who I am. And growth looks like standing on business in that sense, and to being unapologetically myself. And that's what growth looks like to me, is to literally stay firm and know that it's all right that if you have tendencies to, as they say, like backslide, and I don't mean it in a sin way. I mean it in a, I'm gonna cuss these motherfuckers out because y'all done got on my last nerve. And no, what you said did hurt my feelings, and I don't give a fuck who you think you are to me or what relationship we have. You ain't gonna talk to me no any kind of way, because I ain't the you ain't gonna play me. And I mean that with my full heart, my full chest, and whatnot. Like, I am not chopped liver. Like, you're not gonna treat me no any kind of way. And so I love chopped liver, and no hate to nobody who actually like it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, growth looks like it's okay to speak your mind and to be who you are. And those who get it, get it. And if you don't, then it's not for you. You know, like you just not in line with the journey that I'm on. And that is okay. There are multiple different exits on the highway. There are multiple different rest stops. And, you know, if you don't have the space, you can't hold space for me, then that's fine. Because I go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. And
Amen.
that is growth for me. And how I celebrate myself, I do kind of like talk to her. You know, I'm an earth sign, so a lot of physical things are very helpful for me in that sense of celebrating, and also the spiritual part too. Giving myself permission to enjoy the little stuff. When I'm at Dollar Tree and I see a little thing, you know, a little trinket or a little whatever, a cute little pen, you know, I get that pen because I'm celebrating myself. It is okay. I may have 1,000 pens, but ain't nothing wrong with me getting this one. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating the wins, that it's okay to make time to do nothing or what somebody else would consider to be boring. I celebrate myself in that sense of being able to color. I know I'd be talking about coloring all the time because I really enjoy it. And side little quick story time. I found a like a school report that I did like in middle school or something. And one of those things is I like coloring and I love Jesus. And I said, look at y'all, I'm the same person. And even though we grow and we evolve, do know that you still you. You know what I'm saying? That's the longest relationship we gonna have, is the relationship with ourselves and God, you know. But truly, you know, we could, the God in me and whatnot, it's almost like one and the same, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I celebrate my progress, and also take time to intentionally set celebrations for me. Another thing that I've done, and I ain't gonna take up too much of all the airtime, is on my birthday date of the month, I like to celebrate me. So my birthday is September 17th. So on the 17th day of the month, I remind myself, you know, happy birthday, you know, because when we were babies, every time that day came, we was another month. We were 2 months old, we were 3 months old, we were 14 months old, 48 months old, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a celebration. I even know some people who celebrate the time. If your birthday falls where there's a time, you know, you do it that way too. And you know, you can celebrate all kinds of different ways. It doesn't have to be materialistic. It could be spiritually, you know, to giving yourself a little extra 5 minutes of devotion and prayer, giving yourself a little extra serving or something, you know, another extra glass of water, another rep, another squat, you know. And so I think we definitely need to continue to celebrate ourselves, intentionally set milestones to celebrate us. And that gratitude thing is huge. Gratitude, and not just giving gratitude to say, you know, thank you, Lord, for waking me up today, because that's automatic. We already gonna do that. But also to say thank you to me, you know, it's like you know, that Snoop Dogg thing where it's like, first I want to thank me for all the hard work I done did. Yes, take a moment and thank you, because we decide every day. We make choices every day. You know, we do have free will, right? And we make the decision to say, you know what, today I am going to do this one small thing that gets me a little bit closer to that goal, to that aspiration, to that thing that makes me a better me, that makes me a better person, a better woman, a better mother, sister, friend, cousin, aunt, you know. And it's a beautiful thing. Welcome in, Deborah, I believe. Yeah. Right now we are on the question, what does growth look like to you and how will you celebrate your progress? But Miss Iris, I do want to give you one of our previous questions. And I think Miss Deborah, when you get a moment, turn your camera on and we're going to say, hey. One of the questions is, what limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change.
Aha.
Hey.
I did it.
Woo!
So- Sorry I'm late.
Right on time.
Hey, Deborah. Deborah came from TikTok. I love you, Deborah. Thank you, girl, for
Love
coming
you
in.
too.
Okay, you just on time.
I-
Alicia hosted, so I'm just sitting back here, but I do want to introduce y'all
I
to
was
Deborah.
like,
She's on TikTok today. This the
how do I do this? I don't know how to do this. I just pushing things.
It's okay.
But I'm here. Nice to meet everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We'll do a little quick round robin. Iris, before you answer the question, I'm Alicia. You got Kaisha. Because this is your first time here, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if everybody want to say hey, introduce yourself, go ahead and do that real quick.
How do we get to see everybody all together?
You'll swipe your screen like this, either left or right, and then everybody on the same screen.
Oh, okay, left or right. Oh shit! Look at that. Oh, hi.
Okay, greetings, Deborah. My name says Hermione the Messenger, but everybody calls me Miss Nash. So I'm Miss Nash.
Okay.
I'm
It's
Iris.
nice to meet
Nice
you.
to welcome in, Deborah.
Hi,
Welcome
Iris.
in.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
I'm
so
Superstar,
beautiful.
aka Tonka Toy. Welcome.
Tonka
Glad to
Toy.
have you.
That's cute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
So where's Rashanya at? Where's Shanae?
I think, bro, is that the lady who was in earlier? I think she was in earlier.
Yeah, she said she had to charge her phone. Her battery had died, so she charged her phone. But thank you.
Miss Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Caramel.
Yeah, and I meant to do this then, but reminded me just now. So I said,
I was here with my mother, so I was like, oh God, I gotta hurry up. Mom, we gotta go. So she went back to the bedroom. Everybody's doing something everywhere. I've never been on Zoom before. This is cool. I like this.
Nice.
Oh, I'm on medicine because I'm sick, so I'm like.
That's a 3-minute celebration. She learned something tonight, y'all. She learned how to get on Zoom.
Yeah, I did. Like, it only took a couple seconds. I was like, oh, let me push that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it says push that. Okay.
Congratulations. 3 seconds. That's it.
I was like, oh, look at that.
All right. And so right now we're doing a group question, and Iris is getting prepared to answer. I don't know if Iveta or Nova wanted to individually introduce yourselves, but you can do that. And after the two of them do that, then Miss Iris is going to answer the question of limiting beliefs about yourself. Are you ready to challenge, change, and release? And after Iris does that, then you can go ahead and answer that as well. But
oh boy, that's a big one.
I'll question afterwards, but go ahead and mute. And then when you're ready to speak, then you unmute. That's housekeeping.
So I have to mute me now?
Yes, because Nova and Iveta introduce themselves, and then Iris is going to answer the question.
Now, where do you go to mute?
Actually, I can do it for you, and then wave
even
to
better.
me if you want to unmute.
Okay.
Alrighty. All right.
Okay, I'm Nova. Everyone calls me G on TikTok, and because Genevieve is my first name, and I'm here in Michigan, and that's about it. I got 3 kids. One's 21, and the last one is 2. So I'm dealing with all kinds of ages. But welcome in. Nice to have you.
Hi, I'm official Iveta. Nice to meet you.
All right, Iris, when you're ready, the question was, what limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release? And then a part of this is tonight we've been talking about growth for 2025, and we have reflection, release, and then growth. And this is one of the questions. Go ahead, Iris. Sorry.
What challenging beliefs? That I'm not. At times, I often feel like out of place, like like I don't belong in certain spaces. So moving into 2025, I'm definitely that is going to be the biggest belief that I challenge is that I do, but if God put me there, then I definitely belong there. So just like with this job and things like that, I don't know, I don't know people and I still have to get used to being around people because, I haven't just, I be around, we be on Zoom and I hang out with y'all and stuff like that. But being like in a social setting or work setting is new for me. So just learning to not take offense to things because people are who they are. I am who I am. So not to take offense to things and most importantly, don't let that offense become a fence and keep me from thriving in my job and in my home and just in my relationships and things like that because of that inadequate feeling that I feel about myself sometimes. And that's just my flesh. That's something that I haven't always struggled with it, but here when I was kicking it, oh, I fit in everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to mingle and jingle bell rock and do all this, that, and the other. And now that I'm on this journey and, walking this walk, I do sometimes feel like I don't belong in certain spaces. And sometimes I don't. But the spaces that I have to be in where I am right now, I'm learning to adjust. So I'm definitely making adjustments, releasing the fear that people have thoughts about me that probably aren't even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Or are looking at me upside my head because I'm sitting in my desk reading my Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. So I hope that answers the question. I it's a lot that comes with that, but I'm definitely challenging that moving into 2025. I know that God is elevating me and this is just part of my journey. So thank y'all for letting me share.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I picked up this piece of paper because I literally just wrote down, let people be people, meet them where they at without judgment. And she was like, oh my God. Mm.
Ooh, wee. And while we're on this same question from earlier, Deborah, I'll pose it to you. And after Deborah answers it, if you haven't answered the what does growth look like for you and how you celebrate your progress, then definitely let me know. But Ms. Deborah, what limiting beliefs about yourself are you ready to challenge, change, and release? And if you can't unmute yourself, then I'll do it. But it's at the bottom. Like if you tap your screen, there's a little menu that's gonna pop up, and on the left-hand corner, it's the microphone and it says mute and unmute.
And
Okay,
yeah.
I got the unmute part down. Now where on the bottom is the what would you say is on the bottom?
Oh no, that's it. Like when you
Oh,
tap
that's
it'll a little taskbar come up, but
okay.
have the microphone.
Okay.
So mute.
Right now, I've gone through that struggle. Right now, my wings are opening, and I'm flying. I'm taking my challenge to a next level and to be free. of what brought me down. I really don't think that my beliefs in God and the universe and being grounded is really important to me. Um, I don't. I know I could do anything I could do if I put my mind to it and I stay with the faith with God and just keep believing in myself that I can do it, that I am strong enough as a woman to not have anybody put me down. Um, I don't have any limits. No limits. No limits at all. I am ready. I've let it all go. And I'm ready to experience new experiences. I'm ready to feel greater, deeper me, Deborah, and everybody else too. I want everybody else to feel the energy that comes through me is always going to be positive. The negative is gone because it can't hurt me no more and it can't bring me down. No struggling. This is no time for struggling. So yeah, that's me right now. I've 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 gone through a lot of things. I've let go of material. I've been through a lot of things, domestic violence and stuff like that, and nobody's ever going to touch me like that again. Never ever.
One of the other previous questions you had while you still have the floor is reflecting on lesson learned. What advice would you give the group from what you've learned? Reflecting back on a lesson that you've learned in life, whether it's this past year or just in your life in general.
This past year, well, my whole life really, but more so this past year, I've learned that you never go backwards. Always move forwards. Spread your wings and go, because there are beautiful places to explore in the world, beautiful people to enjoy and hang out with and just mellow out with and laugh and listen to the music and dance and just be free. Because you know something? God gave us freedom and nobody can take that away from you, no matter what. That's what I've learned. I've learned that also I allowed a man to hold me down, and nobody can hold me down. I'm a Leo. And I allowed that to happen because I was stuck. Ain't no woman is strong enough. Don't let no man keep you down when you're down on the ground when God lifts you up high. That's about it for me, really. I'm just.
Sharon.
I received that. Thank you. That was
You.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to say this, Alicia. Just let me say this. This is God all the way, 100%. I'm screaming. Thank you, Deborah, for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. You know, like she was sent here for us all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all even felt that, you know, because I know that's something that you cannot deny what you just felt, what came out of her mouth, that God sent her here. And not only to say, I heard when she is who sunshine brought. And remember, I told y'all, Sunshine won the butterfly token of love, and then I heard her name, Amazing Grace, and when Deborah came on there, immediately I felt like, oh, she was supposed to come. You know, Sunshine did her job by sending her into that live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, she did.
Sometimes that's what, even remember how Kathy Brown came, and then Pretty Girl PYT sent her here. You know what I'm saying? It's like God bring people, and this is what I kept hearing. What if your destiny was inside of somebody's awakening? What if
Yes.
your destiny, what you just did and being you, aligned in somebody else's awakening? Me being me got it to me meeting Carmel Sunshine, and then Carmel Sunshine calling Deborah. And Deborah, this moment, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say this is God, and I appreciate you, Deborah, for that, because my soul needed that for right now. You know what I'm saying? Every word that you said,
Thank you. It was a hard journey, but God brought me to where I needed to be. It was real hard. And I wouldn't wish that kind of hell on nobody.
Yes, and now this is the land of easy. Now
Yes.
we on the valley. The valley is
Oh,
rising up
yeah.
and the mountains laying low.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this is GTTW. This you walked up in here, you came in here, your life. This is a whole different thing right now. This whole place, this whole Zoom. You never got here, you never experienced this. This
Amen.
is that wow that you've been looking for. This is that new opening and that new wow that weird, that deeper. This is as deep. This is
Oh,
deep.
this is
You know what I'm
deep.
saying? This so
It's
deep. You in the
very
light.
deep.
It's so deep.
Yes.
Well, it's so much light deep. This is a
Yeah,
light.
it
It ain't
is.
no
It
dark
is.
deep. Because when it went
No.
to dark,
No darkness. The
it was
darkness
light.
left.
Yes.
The darkness ran away.
Yes.
He got scared. He got scared because I was powerful, more powerful, and I didn't back down. I rebuked the devil. No, no,
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm right
I'm
here,
done.
and I'm not gonna let anybody ever put me in that kind of position. Never, no man, no woman, nothing. You should never make a person feel like they're nothing, because we're all somebody. God made us. God made our hearts. God made us who we are. And we made ourselves with our experiences in our lives. But the thing is, it's to always change for the good and learn from the experience and keep going all the way up. Don't let nobody stop you. Because we deserve to have happiness in our lives. All of us. We all bleed red. It's blue in our veins, but it's red. And I only wish happiness and love and good energy and awesome, beautiful vibes to everybody here. And may the sun come down and the clouds open up. Things are going to show you. Open your eyes. You will see things. It'll be shown to you while your eyes are opening. Every time your eyes are opening wider and wider, you will see more. God will show you everything. The universe will show you everything because God is part of the universe.
I just want to say thank you, Deborah, for coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Your first time here and just being so transparent and comfortable. That's what we want for this group, for everybody to be comfortable in their skin and who they are. And I just feel, I'm going to make up a word, y'all. I just feel your genuineness. I was about to mess it up, but I got it. I can feel it.
Thank you.
I can feel your energy. It's radiating, and you have such a warm, soothing voice.
Thank you.
We're gonna love it here, and we're gonna love on you
You guys are
because
beautiful
we all love it here.
because I can feel it. I feel your energy, all of you. And you're all beautiful. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And if the world could just love and feel it, what a difference this whole world would be. That it's there's so much love. It's more to give than to take from people bad things. You know the difference. All of us. And I would only want everybody to be happy in their lives and not to have to struggle because yeah, struggling it's a part of life. However, if somebody can help you to get out of that struggle, you know, it just takes one little thing, to help somebody bring a smile out, help build up their self-esteem and make them feel like, wow, she's right, I could do that. Because we all have the power. We all have it. It's in us. And it reflects, it shines. So other people try to dim that light. Don't let nobody dim your light. Because you're all beautiful. And I I love that I get to meet you all. And everything that I feel in my heart and the energy that I feel in my body that I send to you is pure and true. I yeah, I appreciate you all, and it's really great. It's really great. Voila, this is Deborah.
Sharing and part of GTTW. We appreciate you as well. And to all my beautiful sisters, I love y'all so much. We're winding down to the end of the night, but before I let you go and before we leave from each other, a few things that I have for y'all to remember. And then I'll open it up the floor if there's anything that any of you want to share that's on your heart to share with us. Definitely, we have space for you on that. And then I'll turn it back over to Kai. And so then we'll get into closing. So, a few things to remember: growth is a journey, it's not a destination, and embrace every step along the way. Growth is about moving forward, not having it all figured out. Even if things turn out differently than you once envisioned, trust that it will always guide you to where and who you're meant to be.
Exactly.
And I appreciate y'all for allowing me to host GTTW tonight. Remember that 2025 is our year of growth. Make sure you add some reflection in there, release those things that need to be released so that you have space for growth. And if you want to share anything, just unmute yourself and we'll hear it. And then when we're done sharing, definitely I'm going to turn it over to Kai for closing. And thank y'all for coming tonight.
I would like to say something. I'm sorry. I want to say this so bad. The growth in this group. Mm, mm, mm. I see the growth in Deborah, and she just got it. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The
Thank
growth.
you.
That is what growth is. That's what growth looks like to me. Growth looks like GTTW. Period. Each and every one of you ladies. We didn't all start in this like together, but we was already together. You know what I'm saying? And the beautiful butterflies that I see on this screen, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I just thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I
That's
love
all I got to
butterflies.
say. That's all I got to say. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me be a part and accepting and loving me with your whole heart, not your half a heart, and giving me all the good positive energy, lifting me up when I'm down. Y'all are truly special, and I love y'all so, so much. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to say that. This is beautiful.
I forgot how to mute.
But tap the screen and you're up and then just press the microphone.
No, why is it not doing it? It's not working.
Right there. Yeah, you'll just tap the screen the one time, and then it should pop up. The sidebar should come up.
No, it's not.
Let's see.
Mine was doing that earlier. You don't linger, just tap it and wait for it to pop up. If
If
you
you,
get close to it, the heat from if you got touch screen, sometimes it'll go ahead and activate something. So you're double tapping without even touching it.
you have anything else you want to share with us, talking to us, since you got the mic? Or
Just
no?
everything y'all already said. Everybody's answer was beautiful and needed to be heard. And for everybody that came in saying that they was late, y'all ain't learned yet.
You right
Y'all
on.
was in here before Deborah got here, and you got that word. You was right on time. You got everything that you were supposed to get. I love y'all so much, and happy holidays. If I don't get a chance to tell y'all again, but hey, I thank God for each and every one of y'all in GTTW because if He takes me tonight, I know where I'm going, and it's all because y'all help people. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate that God has always given me exactly what I needed when I needed. He didn't say where it was coming from. That wasn't my business. And I didn't find y'all. Y'all found me. And I love you.
Oh, I love y'all so much. We're holding space for anyone who wants to share anything. And if not, then I'm going to turn the floor over to Miss Kaisha, Everlasting Star. And again, I thank y'all so much tonight for allowing me to share my gifts with y'all tonight and the alignment message that has been put in my spirit to share it with you all. And so without further ado, Miss Kaisha, where you at? There she is.
Girl, I'm right here. I don't know how I had a phone call came in, but I didn't answer, but it kicked my bitch out. But thank you, Alicia. You did a wonderful job tonight. I really appreciate every last one of you ladies for showing up, not only for GTTW, but showing up for yourselves, okay? I mean, even being transparent, everything that we said tonight was amazing. This was recorded, so I will share it on the GTTW family page, okay, on YouTube, so you will be able to watch it again. I just want to say, I love y'all. And
where did everybody go?
God is we right here.
Come, I can't see nobody.
Oh no, we all right here.
We all here.
We all here though.
The gang is here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say thank you, ladies, and I love y'all, man. And God is an on-time God. Miss Deborah came in just in time, on time to say what she had to say, what was necessary for us all. I want to share this question. Give yourself these 2 questions for the next couple days as we going into Christmas season or something. You know, when we meet again, we'll come together again. We on Tuesday, right? We'll see each other again Tuesday. So Deborah, we meet every Tuesday and every Friday, okay? So Tuesday we'll be coming together, and Friday we'll be doing a prayer board together. So however you want to do your prayer board, whether it be on a piece of paper, on a chalkboard, on a card, whatever you want to do, we're going to talk about that Tuesday. Again, we're going to get a little deep in that. But give yourself these 2 questions. When Alicia was talking about the thief, and we was talking about thieves earlier, who is the thief in your life? Ask that question to yourself. And just you could keep asking it every day because it could come and change any day, you know? These are questions to ask yourself. Who is the thief in your life? And because a lot of times we'll be like, I'm the thief in my life, because I already thought that out myself. Like, I'm the thief in my life. And some days you are. And think about, what are you stealing? What are you stealing from yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because nobody is really taking anything from you. So these are 2 questions that could just be asked to yourself amongst these next couple days. You don't have to answer them now, but just think about it. Who is the thief in your life, and what are they stealing? So whatever the devil stole, God giving it back to us. So even if it was your own self that stole it from yourself, may you get it back, in 100-fold like that. So that's what we at. And I just want to thank y'all, and I love y'all. And Alicia, we did that. You can't get it right, and you won't get it wrong, because you'll never get it done. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Things keep happening over and over again to see how you going to react to it. How is your reaction going to be this time? Is it going to be the same way last time? Is it going to be worse than last time? Is you going to give it to God like you thought about last time, or is you still going to react that same way? So that is very important. You can't get it right, and you won't get it wrong. So when we think like, I ain't do this right and I should have did that, you didn't, because you would never get it done. Because if you missed it, it's going to come back again, and it's always got to come back, even to your remembrance. Nothing is lost, not even your mind. So again, on that, I love y'all, and think about those 2 questions. And Deborah, I love you so much, and I thank you for being here. Somebody help her get off mute so she can pray us out, because that's what I want to hear. I want to hear you pray us out for this, and after you pray us out, we gone. Thank you.
I did it.
Come on.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You want me to do prayers?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. A prayer to send us out on our way out.
Okay. I just want to say from God to you guys that everything that we have to stay strong within ourselves, to always to look up to Him and the universe for the things that we're going through. No matter what, He's always going to be there, because He's there, believe me. Let Him always know our hearts are true. Keep us safe and strong, and let His light shine through and touch every one of you.
Jesus. Amen.
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 I could say a lot
Amen.
more.
Amen. Sleep sweet, ladies.
Amen. I love y'all so much.
I'm so
Great
happy
job
I
hosting,
met you
Alicia. Thank
guys.
you.
I should be smoking, but they have you on. Have you ever heard Dilaudid?
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
like, Mella, I'm high. I'm on that top level of highness.
Love y'all.
Love y'all so much. Good
Love
night.
Love
y'all
you too.
too.
Night.
Sweet
Have a great night.
dreams. Have a good
Bye, y'all.
night. It was great meeting you all.
Thanks for hosting,
You
Alicia.
too, Deborah.
Love you.